Pisces, look up, there's something above your head. I don't know, is it an aerial shot? I don't know, but I don't know, I keep hearing, look above you, it's above your head. So going over your head, I don't know, or something going over your head. Is it your ego or their ego? I don't know, but something's going above your head, which means that someone might be nagging and shouting at someone, and it's just literally going in one ear and out the other, and it's like, man, that literally just went over my head. I mean, is it a low-flying aircraft? I don't know. But, like, I don't know. I keep hearing, like, it's literally just gone straight over my head. Like, I didn't hear, I wasn't paying attention, I wasn't listening, I didn't realise. Okay, and whatever it was that was said to me, it went straight over my head, in one ear, and straight out the other. So, I don't know. Is someone an airhead, a little bit like myself, like a Gemini moon, for instance, or you're dealing with one? Okay, and you're kind of like, every time I speak to you and every time I talk to you, it just goes in straight in one ear and out the other, and like, oh, I missed that. What did you say? Hello? What? Oh, don't worry about it. And you're like, what? Sorry, I just wasn't paying attention. You're like, well, I wish you would pay attention to me more. So you might have someone that wants more attention, like, or an attention seeker, or someone that just wants more attention, and you don't give them attention, and you think about yourself, which is, if a Pisces starts thinking about themselves, trust me, Pisces, we always come up as selfish. So you might see someone, you might be suffering through this energy. What I'm channeling at the beginning before we do your tarot reading is about you're selfish. You don't never listen to me. You always think about yourself more than what you do me. Every time I speak to you, it goes in one ear and out the other, and you don't never listen. And I keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Or unless you're relating to the Taurus reading, which was you work too much, well, you talk too much. So I don't know what reading that was. I think that was because I think I labelled it that. You work too much, okay, you talk too much. Or like someone's talking and talking and talking, and it's kind of like where you zone out. Pisces do this all the time. If anybody's got beef with a Pisces and you're talking to them and you realise they zone out, that is a trait of a Piscean, right? Is that they just zone out, and they're probably looking out the window, paying attention to something else, and they're dreaming about something, and you might be talking to them, and they're just completely and utterly not paying any attention to you whatsoever. Don't get offended by that. It is a Pisces. I'm also picking up Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, Massachusetts. For some reason I'm picking up Massachusetts, so you might be from there. I'm also hearing DM, Daniel Martin, or Danielle, or domain, something to do with around your domain, which would be to do around a website if you're like me. Okay, you may have missed the fact that about missing the fact that Patron is still going because there was a load of people who didn't leave. I opened up a new website, and a link is below, and a lot of people stayed on Patreon, and some people came over to the new website. So if I've been speaking and you've missed it, you may have completely gone over your head, Pisces, if you're on my Patreon, and realised and thought, shit, I actually didn't leave and go over to the new website. Something like that, right? Because I'm picking up domain. That's pretty much what I have now. I have a website as my own domain. So like... or domain, domange. Someone might have the mange, the mink. Pink, I'm also hearing Pinky and Perky for some reason, or Perky. Paula, Pisces, Pucci, Patrick, Fitzpatrick, Fitzgerald, Geraldine, Dean, Dan, Danielle, Danny, Glover, Life Path 7, can't take this anymore. I can't take on any more. Something to do with that. I don't know. There's this very frustrating energy around this. I can't take it anymore, man. I really can't. I just can't take it. Like, every time I speak, you don't listen. Or I'm saying something and you're like, well, sorry, what was that? Just repeat it. And you're like, no, I'm not repeating it, Peter or Paul or Peter Pan. But like, no, I'm not repeating it. And you're like, look, you're just going to have to just... Whoa, slow your roll a minute. Just say it again slowly. And now you've got... It's kind of like, hello, can I get your attention, Pisces? And you're like... Yeah, and they're speaking, and you're like, did you hear what I said? And you're like, oh, no, sorry. Right, now I'm looking at you. Now, what is it? Sorry, you got my attention now. And then you say, and they say, oh, don't worry about it. And you're like, no, just, whoa, hold on a minute. Now, you've got my attention now. I was focused on something. Just like, hello, Pisces, have you got a minute? And you're like, yeah. And you're like, you didn't hear anything I just said, did you? You didn't pay any attention. You're like, no, sorry, because I was doing the Pisces thing. Hold on. Right, now I've got time. Now I'm not working. Now, blah, blah, blah. Now I've got some time. So Okay, Pisces, sorry about that, guys. My optician's phoned up again just to see if my eyes are all right. Any of you suffering through your eyes? Anyway, Pisces, I spy with my little eyes something beginning with you, alchemy. You're right. But like, yeah, something to do with around, yeah, your eyes, like allergies and stuff like that, or allergy, something to do with Alison or Abigail or Amber, or anybody beginning with A. Who else? Any Andrea, Ansfield, Abbott's Ripton, I don't know. Anyway, so you're right, Pisces. So yeah, something about AIRHEAD, and I'm not really listening, and I'm not really paying attention, and like, hello, I'm trying to get your attention, and you're kind of like, oh, I just, hold on a minute, now I'm finished work, now I've got time, now tell me. And okay, aha, so, someone, right, might always try to get your attention when it's not convenient, when, say, like, you're working or something, and someone's like, hello, could just like, you're like, hold on a minute, I've just got to finish this essay, or I've just got to finish this first, and once I've finished it, then you have got my full undivided attention. But like, when I'm concentrating on something, I can't concentrate on two things at once. So you could be dealing with a Libra, right? Or like, you've got a Libra moon, or a Libra rising, or the other person has, or something like that, right? But like, okay, I'm trying to focus on work, and I've got all this work to do, and I've got so much to get done, and blah, blah, blah. And then someone's talking to you while you're working, or your phone's going off, a little bit like that with the opticians. You're like, hold on a minute, I can't work and concentrate on that. If you're in a partnership, I feel that when you work all the time and you do whatever it is that you're doing, the other person is like coming up feeling like they're a distraction. Like, are they distracting you? Because your message from spirit is, hold on a minute, just let me finish what I'm doing, and then you've got my full divided attention. Once I've finished work, once I've caught up with what I've got to do, I'm free. But please let me just get this done first. Putchie, hello Putchie. But like, you know, I've just got to get this done first, and then I'll be there, right? Michael Jackson. Okay, something like that. So that's what you've got. So Pisces, sorry about the interruption, but it's it's a phone call from my opticians from when I had a dodgy eye. The dodgy eye has gone, Pisces. I've been taking a gel that has 1%, what do you call it, inside of it? I don't know. Anyway, let's get on. Last 48 hours for Pisces. What has been going on within the last 48 hours for Pisces? So, married, in a relationship. If you're dealing with one, they're already married and they're already in a relationship. Meaning, if you're interested in one, this person has a lot going on at work, maybe at court. You could have been divorced at one point, okay? But for a lot of you, you're in a very strong, committed relationship with someone. But I do have to say, if any of you are like cross-watching, or you're interested in a person and you know that they're with someone, there you go. Because this is 100% illegal or paranormal activity, you're right, but like playground, but like it's 100% a spiritual commitment of a soulmate, twin flame, an agreement of soulmates that are in union, they're actually in a relationship, so there are soulmates that are together, okay? There's also a lot of work and a lot of business also here, because that's banking and looking at finances, business, money and banking and work, meaning like you might have a higher paid job, or Robert, okay, Robertson, Robin Realms, you're Robin Realms, but like or The Elms, Nightmare on Elm Street. Some of you might be having nightmares, or Debbie, or your mother. This could be your mother. But whichever way it is, or you are a mother, Pisces. But like, I keep picking up, like, I have a higher paid job, or I'm going for a higher paid job, and I've just got it, okay? So if you guys are like looking for something that's higher paid, here it is, okay? So you may have been, like I said, putting your CV out there, you've just gone for another job, or you are just going. But I'm definitely picking up like people floating around looking for higher paid jobs, okay? Something that brings in a little bit more bacon, Pisces. Some of you are already there, okay? I'm also hearing Eddie, or Edwina, or Edmonds, or Berry, or Holly, or Jody also. I'm picking up someone has a higher ranking job than the other one, meaning I have my own business, my own company, my own clients, and my own people. Common people, Jarvis Cocker, the nun. But I have the sense that doesn't make any. Okay, so I'm trying to make a sentence. Some of you might be going to court and you might be getting divorced and you have to go to the divorce court. Okay, for some of you, putting a sentence together. And this is very difficult to put a sentence together. So the last 48 hours, you're dealing with a Scorpio energy here. It feels like a non-existent energy, like you're not really here in a relationship. You don't really, it's very difficult to make you change your mind. You're always focused on you, or Alchemy, or Natalie. But like, you're always focused on you. All the time are you focused on your business, your job, your house, your home, and your marriage, okay? But like I said, if something is over, it's over. Like, it really is over, okay? But I'm not picking that up for a majority of you. But if you're watching and saying, is this thing over? It's over, okay? It's over before it began. Let's see, last 48 hours for Pisces. So the devil. So you got Capricorn or Gemini, life path 6. Scorpio or Aries, life path 4. Taurus, Sagittarius, or life path 5. Okay, if you're following me in numerology. So, a very toxic playground. Someone keeps playing with fire. A fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or like dabbling. Someone's here is dabbling in the arts. Dabbling in arts and crafts. Unless you're just dabbling in arts and crafts. But I keep hearing dabbling within the arts. So I don't know what that is. If anybody's doing witchcraft, then please don't come around this channel because I don't believe in it. But dabbling in the arts. I'm also hearing dance. Dabbling in dance. Dancing for a living. Could be a stripper. I don't know. Dabbling in the arts. Got shot in the arse. What is that? I got shot in the back of the head. Oh no, is this a spirit again that came through from the last scribe messages? Died at the age of 19. Someone here is grieving over the loss of a loved one here. Highway 19. Something to a highway. Chris Cornell. Chris, Christine, Chrissy, Chrissy Ra, Chrissy Ray, Chrissy Ma. Me mum. Me mum, me mum, me mum. Someone's lost their mum, or the mother lost their child. There's a grieving person here, widow, of lost my mum, or I lost my Wayman. Wayman, Caroline, Richard, Grace, Faith. One more card for the last 48 hours for Pisces, please. Oh, this is coming out in reverse. 7 of Swords in reverse, avoiding a disaster. Some of you, you're in cahoots with a person that's already married and in a relationship, or you're just worried the fact that this person's going to come back into your life here. Or they're just in the background. Because this is avoiding someone. This is where I'm doing my best to try and avoid. This might not be you, but I'm doing my best to avoid you. Like, I don't want to come back into your life, or I don't want you in my life. Here, because this is people that like I said, man, these can be people that are in like a marriage and they spend the majority of their time avoiding one another, like literally avoiding one another. So it can be a house or a home, and it's my mum or my son or my daughter, and we avoid each other. Like, you walk in the door as I walk out the door. Could be a Gemini. That's normally my in the door, out the door, in the door, out the door. That would be a 6 here, so it would come up as Gemini if you're dealing with one. Okay, or they are you, but it's kind of like this energy of when you walk in, I walk out. When you get home, I go out. So it might be where, like, if you're married, you're more in a marriage that just functions better when you actually avoid one another. This could be a homing situation, but you get on so much better when you avoid one another, when you don't get into conflict. Because when you do talk, you just end up in cycles that are just impossible to get through to one another, to change one another's time. So it feels like I'm just wasting it. Like I'm just literally wasting my time, keep trying to tell you that this isn't something, or it, you know, it might be where you're just pushing someone away and say, look, it isn't what you think it is. Like I mean, man, we done some, for the first time I wasn't prepared, but I went live yesterday and I'm going to be doing it again soon. So if you haven't seen that video, I went live, go on it and leave a number between 1 and 1,000. When I have sufficient amount of numbers, I'll pick one out from Siri or whatever it is over there, get it to choose a number for me, and I'll contact you on that video to say that you've won and you win a free month subscription over on the new website, okay? So make sure you find the video, okay, and comment. You'll see it. It's a live one. And then I'll be going live again very soon. But someone was was asking and doing a reading about like going to court. Like, is this really over? There was a metaphysical one where someone hasn't reached out. They haven't spoke to a person in so long. And I said, you know, Scorpio means for ages. It means a very, very, very long time, because it means when you're dead for a very long time, right? So Scorpio energy means a long time, which means that there can be an energy of a person that is taking a long time for anything to start coming into fruition, which means it isn't supposed to. So if any of you guys are on that metaphysical timeline of something that you've been doing for so long, realising that it ain't happening, Tyrone, it ain't happening, right? It sounds a little bit like when I was talking on my bionic gym and losing the weight. But like, you know, I've been trying and trying and trying and trying, and it just ain't happening, or Justin, but it just isn't working. It just isn't. Like, I've been trying to get some work and I can't. I've been trying to do this and it doesn't work. I've been trying that, but it isn't. Your actual lesson is about giving up, okay? It's about giving up the ghost. Elijah? You're right, Elijah. But it's about giving up the ghost. If someone has ghosted you and you haven't spoke in so long, it isn't about persisting to think. It's about try once, and if it first fails, then give up, okay? You know, a lot of people are going to tell you on different sites, obviously, to never give up, right? But what they may not tell you is that your lesson might be about giving up, because a lot of it is, especially if it's metaphysical, it means that you're trying too hard to do something that isn't for you. So when you look at twin flame, or you look at twin flames or soulmates, the same lesson applies to any mundane project or person or thing. If I've tried something and tried and it isn't the person for me, that means that someone else or something better is out there for me. So it doesn't mean persist to do what doesn't work. It actually means stop doing it. Okay, it means that I've tried, it isn't working. It means that it is not built or meant for me. I have to try something else. Okay, that's also fitting on a new meat suit, which means another soulmate. If I've manipulated and like gone through this for so long, it means that I need to start coming to terms. Now that's either, if it's grief, it's grief, but this could just simply be a very, very, very long term that you keep thinking that a soulmate is the one and that they're not. There's been no communication, there's been nothing that's gone on, and because it's been so long, the longer it gets, the harder it is to reach out. So you find yourselves going on and on and on and on and on and on, finding it very difficult to let go. And that is why you've got this placement, which is a 4, Scorpio, Aries. Okay, if it's a life path 4 or in the rising energy, it rises up to be that, more than a life path 4. The more they go towards being a 4 means your life path number represents you more than any astrology placement, really. Your life path, to me, it's very important, right? Because if you're a life path 4 and you grow more towards being this 4, that's your experience of life. And if you've battered someone's head in that much that you've avoided one another that much, it's kind of like wasting your time, because you realise you can't get through to one another because it's the way it is. It's on the tin. It's the way it is. It can't be transformed. It can't be changed. You can't go back on your words. You can't go forward or back. Okay? It's like I am just stuck in a metaphysical connection, not knowing left from right, not knowing if this is ever going to come true, when maybe my lesson is actually realizing it isn't ever going to come true. The myth and the white picket fence of the daydream of, they're my twin flame. No, twin flames, if metaphysical, do not always mean you go into union. You get different soulmates at different times and different things. Some of you might even have soulmate twin flames where you later on in life, okay, where I started getting a lot older and I met a twin flame, but your path might be where you don't reunite with a actual partner until the next life, which means that you don't actually get to meet someone this life, and it won't be until the next one that you do it. Now, me, I'm not coming back. Now, I don't know for 100%, but I see one video once about a person that was saying, I don't know if I believe it, that in astrology, if you have a 29 degree in the rising and descending, it's the last time you come back. I do have that in Scorpio. Rising Scorpio, 29 degree. Taurus, descending, 7th house, 29 degrees. If the person is right, I don't know. If it is right, that means this is my last visit to Earth. Some people come back to reunite with their soulmates or twin flames because within this lifetime, they meet the person as like, I met my person, but I met my person and I'm with them this time. Some people, they wake up later on in life because they've met a person that teaches them, I'm sorry, but it isn't going to be till next time. And you play out a whole cycle and it isn't till next time that you actually get there. Okay. It should tell you within astrology or within numerology. Okay. But like I said, man, some of you could have woke up late. Okay. Or you're always late to work, or you're always just late. Okay. And I don't know why I'm picking up that. Lee, late, Laura, Lucy, Lucifer. But late. I always feel as if I'm late. But yeah, it might be where you met a soulmate or your first twin flame later on in life, okay, and you're more than likely going through a strong awakening of realising that about control issues, okay, you're going through a lot of control issues about avoiding yourself, avoiding other people, not going out, isolating yourself away, avoiding family members, avoiding conflict, don't want to get into narcissistic disputes, okay. Anyway, so next 48 hours for Pisces. You've got the moon, which is another disclosed energy. I said, I don't think I did, but I nearly said I can feel a Virgo energy life path 9 around. Okay. So I'm also doing this on the teaching tier very soon about 9s. Okay. There is always one piece that's missing. Okay. Which means that my mum might be one of those people that I can never seem to satisfy. I don't never be able to seem to satisfy their needs and their wants. Okay, so I'm smothering an energy of a person realizing that I can't control you because the one bit that's always missing. The one piece of the puzzle I always search for. 9, Virgo. I'm always out there searching, but I can't never seem to find the answer. I'm always out there trying to find the perfect partner or the perfect thing, but the thing I find isn't quite enough for what I need, for what I want. Okay, so if you're in a family dynamic that's very needy over their children, there's a smothered energy of why people might be avoiding people here, because it's too much energy. Okay, the moon is too much energy. It's too potent. Okay. So it means that I'm a mum and I focus on my kids constantly 24/7, and that's what I think about 24/7, and that's what I want. And without them, I wouldn't know what to do, where to be, where to go, you know. And if that isn't about mum and it's about a soulmate situation, it's a lot of energy to deal with, okay, because it can be difficult to satisfy the moon. Okay. Let's see. Next 48 hours for Pisces. So the Queen of Cups. So you are in love with this person. There's a deep amount of love, okay? And it is getting kind of stronger, but it's also getting like where you're sort of avoiding, or been avoiding one another. or your mother. I keep picking up I'm avoiding my mother. I'm avoiding my mother. Something to do with that here, because this is definitely avoiding. Pisces, next 48, yeah. It's to do with children. Like I said, man, it's a person that's also very critical or analytical, that thinks quite a lot, okay? Thinking and thinking. These are quite dangerous cards, believe it or not. Because one, they are spying, but mainly they're thinking, which means I'm thinking and thinking and thinking, well, where do thoughts go? To manifest what? Because if they're negative thoughts, they come more back in the form of not speaking, okay? I'm wondering what you're doing when you're not with me. I'm wondering where you are. I'm wondering, you know, I'm thinking of a fish called Wonder. I'm thinking about the fish. I'm thinking about the fish. I'm, you know, don't forget, early manifestations are what happened later. So it's like you are in a relationship here. It's where some people focus more on their mundane projects that make them more passionate. But then normally you get people that start arguing that you think more about your work or your children than you do me. Right? Say if you've got kids, I'm hearing this message, you think more about your children than what you actually do me. You know, say if someone's interested in your mother and you're you're a 30 or 40-year-old adult that watches and someone's interested in your mum. It feels like that your mother sacrifices her life for you, okay, and you might not want that, and they're in a relationship with a person that they do the same to. They're with someone, but that person is always thinking, well, you spend more time focusing on your children that are grown up than what you are actually me. Why don't you have some fun here and just do that with me instead of focusing on this person that doesn't really want that? Because it's like this energy that's trying to say, look, don't keep focusing on this. Focus on this instead, you know. Stop focusing on what isn't true and what doesn't work and focus more on what will. This is what I did on my teaching tier to help you guys get out of certain ruts, which was about mundane objects that are begging to be controlled other than people. Okay, like a keyboard or a guitar or a project. It wants to be controlled because it wants to be shaped and morphed into an energy that you can manipulate and control because it's an object. It doesn't contain a feeling. When a person contains a feeling, their feelings will be controlled by another energy because it will either be too much or not enough. Okay, so passion is something that is created by the burning desire within a person to be able to release all of their energy onto a project. Okay, but again, you've got this energy here that's free, basically. Okay, so that's what I've got for you guys. I just realised I started the recording again, so we're looking at about 3/4 of an hour there. So Pisces, if you want to join the new website, this is where I will do your weekly reading. A lot of star signs are not going to be done on YouTube for a little while because I'm going to focus more on the ones where I'm getting larger people, quantities of people that are watching. Okay, so if you want all of the other readings and they're not on here, you'll need the website because I'm doing all of the weekly readings and then throwing them straight out on the new website. Okay, and I've listed them weekly 2nd till the 8th, 1st till the 7th, right? So if you want your star sign that isn't on here, you'll need the new website. Now you can either buy it singly, individually for like $3. Okay, I think it's either a one-off payment or rent it. One reading, weekly, monthly, or whatever you like, weeklies. Or teaching, okay, individual, or join a subscription. There's 25% off all over the place, okay. Subscriptions are either bronze, silver, or gold. Okay, bronze is just monthly, silver is weeklies and monthlies, and gold is weeklies, monthlies, weeklies, and teaching. Okay, or there's just a teaching tier. Okay, but they offer you loads of different things at a more of a better rate than what Patron did, but it's up to you. But the link can be provided below. But if you guys are watching saying, where was the Cancer, where was the Gemini, the Taurus, the Aries, all been done already. They're all over on the new website waiting for you guys to subscribe or watch. Okay, so they're there already. Okay, so I'm randomly going to be coming on here doing different star signs and different readings. If you want the ones that you're not seeing, you'll need the website. Okay? All right, guys, thanks very much. All links provided below, and I'll see you soon.